Are traders leaving Bitcoin behind and going for Ethereum? On today's show, let's go. It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel. We take old, boring, stale information, repackage that whole thing up in a fun and sexy way. Bitcoin's moving, hit 44.5 earlier this morning. It is back under 44.
Under 44.
Are we going to cross 45,000?
We might. You know, guys, we're such fickle people. You know, Bitcoin 44K in 2022. This is the worst life ever. Bitcoin 44K today. Well, let's hoist up the trophy. Guys, we have so much to talk about today. We have Dan from the Chart Guys joining us to break down the charts. We have Miss Teen Crypto joining us in about 30 minutes to discuss some of your favorite topics. We're talking Ethereum. We're talking Bitcoin. And you got to hear what Jamie Dimon had to say when he was being questioned by Elizabeth Warren. We have that full clip as well. Welcome. Let's not waste any of your precious time and let's get right into it. So here we have key metrics show crypto traders are turning to Ethereum from Bitcoin. We know how the money flow works, right? You've seen that money flow chart, Bitcoin to Ethereum to large caps and into small caps and memes. Are we seeing that play out in front of our eyes? Well, CME futures show money is starting to flow into Ether at a faster pace than Bitcoin. Options listed on Deribit suggest strengthening bias for Ether call options. Now, if you're not familiar with options, when you have a call option, you're expecting the price to go up. A put option, you're expecting the price to go down. Just keep that in mind. Bitcoin has rallied over 60% this quarter, while Ether, the supposedly deflationary currency with bond-like appeal, has lagged big time, gaining only 35%. The chasm could narrow as money is now flowing into Ether futures faster than it is flowing into Bitcoin. But this chart paints a clear picture of how Ether has been performing. This is Ethereum versus Bitcoin on the daily. It has been steadily trending down in this descending wedge, which typically these should break to the upside, but we did break below this trend, came back up briefly, tested it, and got rejected twice, and we are currently bleeding off. But that might change. Robin, do you expect the money flow to stay true to what it's been in the past? Bitcoin pumps, then Ethereum next.
Sure. Here's the thing. No. The way I look at this, and sure, it's coming, and it's historically Bitcoin moves, consolidates, alts pump. Usually, Ethereum kicks it off. There's some outliers there in the altcoin space, but generally that's what we see. But for me, Ethereum might be the most surefire play right now at this moment.
Hold on. The most surefire play.
I'm talking about risk versus reward. The amount of risk that you're taking with Ethereum, very minimal. I think we all feel pretty confident in the Ethereum network, its ability to stay up. And, well, hey, just the total value locked. The ecosystem, the dApps, prices damn near for sure going to go up going into the next bull market. And with that said, mitigating your risk because of its uptime and Ethereum's track record, mitigating risk, its potential to pop. I don't want to understate the effect of a ETF. And you might think I'm referencing Bitcoin, but an ETF for Ethereum, I don't know what the likelihood of it would be, but it's on the table. If the Bitcoin ETF gets approved, they might just lump in the ETFs as well. Those applications are submitted. There is a direct correlation between what it being labeled as a commodity, Bitcoin being labeled as a commodity, and there might be a little too much pushback for the SEC to approve it one and not the other. And so we find ourselves in a situation where we're talking about how much inflows is going to come into the Bitcoin market. The inflows for the Bitcoin market is going to be massive with the approval of the ETF. My brothers, sisters, and audience here, the amount of money that's going to pour into the Ethereum ecosystem is going to be astronomical. It will dwarf the amount of money that goes into Bitcoin, maybe, and I'm talking about percentage wise.
Hold on. Did you just say the Ethereum ETF is going to dwarf the amount that goes into
percentage wise? I'm talking about how much percent of growth on the market cap, right? So Bitcoin's gonna have billions of dollars that flow into it, but I also think
But
that
Ethereum's going to have trillions?
is going to have no. I'm saying percentage wise. Obviously, the market cap of Bitcoin is roughly 3 times that of Bitcoin, and I think you're going to see. I think you'll see the market cap of Bitcoin double with the ETF. Maybe not right away, but I would say over the course of say 6 weeks, we would see a doubling of the market cap. So that would give us a $80,000 Bitcoin.
84, 88.
Yeah. So, but I think you're going to get, if you get the approval of the Ethereum ETF, I think you easily get to a $1 trillion market cap on ETH, which would give it a 4x from where it's at now.
$1 trillion market.
If the Ethereum ETF goes live same time as Bitcoin, there is already a ton of venture capital, and there's a ton of venture capital money on the side waiting for Bitcoin. There's a ton of venture capital money that that will pour into venture capital loves Ethereum. You talk about it all the time.
You know what's also intriguing about Ethereum ETF is, imagine the ETF servicer, right? Let's say BlackRock gets an Ethereum spot ETF. They make their money, they're 60.65%, 65 basis points. But then they take that Ethereum that they buy for their customers and they put it into a liquid staking protocol, right? And they're making money on the back end as well. That's intriguing.
We saw real quick, just to stack on what you're saying. We saw during when Ethereum went to proof of stake, and then it had the burning mechanism where it became deflationary. That deflationary mechanism is more or less triggered by activity, right? And
correct.
Imagine how deflationary this thing will be if the ETF is passed. I mean, you couple that with the supply, so you're going to have a supply shock. It was 1. 2, you're going to have the interest from institutions. Venture capital is already buzzing. Cathie Wood won't shut up about Ethereum. Every time she's got a microphone in front of her and she's talking crypto, she can't help herself but to talk about Ethereum. And we see all these other CEOs and founders of these hedge funds all discussing the potential of Ethereum. Sure, Bitcoin will get more dollars locked up. There will be more money that pour into Bitcoin ETF. But if the two go live, you're going to get a larger percentage gain out of Ethereum by 2-fold.
Not if Jamie Dimon has anything to say about it. But to your point about ETF, this was a tweet from Raoul Pal 2 days ago. Remember that at some point in the bull market, when the ETH ETF is listed and retail plus institutions are FOMOing in, ETH will be burning record amounts of supply and record amounts of ETH will be locked for staking. Boom. That is an epic supply demand shock in the making.
He took the words right out of my mouth.
I think you took the words out of his mouth because he said this 2 days ago. But I don't think you saw that.
I was thinking this a week ago.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
So, yeah.
My apologies. We do want to, before we move forward, we want to give a big shout out to our channel sponsor, Cam's Blue Wire Technology. Today's crystal clear 4K stream is brought to you by our networking, IT, and cybersecurity partner. If you want a business and you want to maximize those 3 things, and specifically for me, the big one is cybersecurity, seeing everything that's been going on, there's one company we believe you should go with, and that is Cam's. Visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video.
Also, we're less than 50% like ratio. Ladies, gentlemen, those of you in the chat who have not hit the like button, shame on you. And hit that like button, support the channel. Also, if you are new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We got Serzania, BC Alf, Dave P, and Show Me Your Pities.
And Paul Schreiber.
You. Hola! Welcome.
Why do I feel like that name is very familiar? Paul Schreiber. That's a gentleman that works at Radix. I'm not sure. I think it is. Paul, either way, welcome, my friend. We do have Dan from the Chart Guys waiting backstage. Let's not keep him waiting any longer. Let's bring him on. Dan, how you doing, my brother?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, man. How's your portfolio looking? Is it looking good?
It's good. Times are good.
Awesome, Dan. We're excited to have you back again. Thank you so much. We are on the topic of Ethereum, and Dan, I did show this chart here. ETH versus BTC has been in a long-term downtrend since about September of last year. And typically, these things do break to the upside, these falling wedges, but we've done the opposite. What are some, what does ETH look like maybe against USDT or the dollar? And if we do see a breakout, with the way money flows in the crypto markets, where can we expect Ethereum to run to before it meets any significant levels of resistance?
Sure. So I was watching that same chart that you have up there, and it definitely broke bear. But one thing that I'm watching now, we've got a short-term triple bottom. So the lowest level we've seen, which is the weakest that ETH has been compared to Bitcoin in many months. You can see we hit it back here, we hit it again here, and we're hitting it right now. So we can say that we're at a short-term line in the sand that needs to hold. And if we go back long term, the best case scenario, if you're an ETH bull, this is the 3-month time frame. So every candle's 3 months. This is years in the making. And I'm viewing this as the ETH breakout, the pullback, fail the high, and now we're testing this long-term low. So that is the long-term, very important level. If you're an ETH bull, you want to see that this tightening range continue with a long-term bottom into a multiple month move. I mean, ideally, 6-9 month move up. But we're running out of space. The bulls' backs are against the wall here. And I'm wondering, the dominance for Bitcoin is so significant. Do we have to see the actual ETF approval lead to that top in dominance and then have things go elsewhere in terms of, capital flowing elsewhere? But, even just recently, ETH, this double top here, I was playing this bull break by entering some position because my anticipation was, okay, if we break this double top on ETH, which we did, can this dominance chart in this equilibrium tightening range, can that break bull? And so I was positioning, looking for this to break bull on ETH breaking that double top resistance, and it just didn't. And so I have to look at that and say, I was wrong. Bitcoin was the better place to be than ETH on that move up. And so I'm being real picky and patient because, again, like you said, long-term downtrend. I mean, this chart has not shown us anything bullish in a very long time. And so that was my attempt at anticipating a bull break, and that was my aggressive attempt. But now I have to, sit on my hands and say, all right, well, I have to wait. I used up my aggressive attempt. Now the bulls, I have to wait for the bulls to give me a reason. And just they're not doing so right now. I can see support, but that's all we got going for us.
They say the trend is your friend, and also, going against the trend or trying to find a trend reversal is, from my experience, one of the harder things to do. Is there something specific you might be looking for? Because looking at that chart, that triple bottom you're showing, it seems like, I mean, for me personally, just looking at the news and everything going on, sentiment of the market, the way the money flows into the cycles, I mean, is this a good place to enter Ethereum? I mean, can we really see it continue to go down? I don't know.
It's the tricky thing is what could happen. Well, I don't want to get too nuanced, but what I want to see is the ETF. Let's get this headline out of the way. Let's get that approved because, again, I think that that's going to mark some tops and bottoms on some of these charts. And just going back to the ETH ETF, if I'm an ETH bull, I don't really want to see them listed at the same time. Sure, it'd be great to get that out of the way, but I think Bitcoin would steal a lot of the thunder. Whereas, if I'm thinking big picture, I want to see Bitcoin get the ETF approved, see a move up, have it be a great thing, and then further on down the line, we get the ETH ETF approved, and then get that in the spotlight and get all the attention, and then everybody shifts over to that. So I guess it all depends on what your end game is. But as far as a trader is concerned, I want them to happen at different times. So there's, opportunity to capitalize on one and then shift and capitalize on the other. But one thing that has me a little bit cautious is, number one, euphoria. Again, social media sentiment. When I'm looking around and I see everybody, bullish and partying on one side of the boat, it's great. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun than when it's bearish. But it always makes me a bit more cautious because I never want everybody to be looking in the same direction, because generally that marks tops and bottoms. So I'm not calling any kind of top, but I'm just saying now's the time to be a little bit protective. And if I look at ETH, the weekly time frame, we've got a higher low every single week 8 weeks in a row. The bulls are in complete control. There is no doubt about that. But I just look at some things. I zoom out and say, all right, last run here, we saw, okay, all-time highs. RSI doesn't matter. It goes through the roof. Overbought RSI means nothing in blue sky breakout. But we're not in blue sky breakout. We've topped out at 70, at 70, at 70, and we're knocking on the door. So again, it's just, I know I'm personally much more comfortable buying consolidation. Give me a weekly higher low, cool things off a little bit, have everybody say, oh, that's it, we're done. Give me a healthy weekly higher low, and then we look for, some follow through from there. And just in terms of looking to make entries, your risk and reward is so much better when you're entering on consolidation. You get a new support level where you can then say, all right, that's my stop. I know exactly what my risk is. But if I'm on the weekly chart, longer term time frame here, where does my stop go? Our support's down here. There's nothing nearby. There's closer things on the daily chart to be going off of. But from a longer term perspective, I know I personally will be a lot more comfortable looking for new swing bull positions when we get a little bit of healthy weekly consolidation in Bitcoin and the rest of these altcoins.
Awesome. And, you mentioned the market sentiment. The fear and greed index is at an 82. So extreme greed. And we know about the equilibrium of the markets. Dan, I want to shift the conversation over to Bitcoin. We did cross 44K a few times. What does that mean? Maybe for someone who's new to trading, if you continuously knock on a resistance and get rejected, well, what typically happens as far as price moving forward?
So it's, we had a good example back here just recently where it was 38,000 and we just struggle. And then we finally get above it. And then now that level is going to be a key support level to be watching on any kind of significant pullback. And so, again, right now, the daily chart is not establishing much support on the way up. The 4-hour time frame is. So I like zooming in and just marking all these little higher lows. That's a support. That's a support. Now this is a support. And the simple statement is if we keep holding these higher lows, the bulls don't have anything to worry about. If we lose these higher lows, we're going to zoom out and look for some healthy daily consolidation. Again, if you're a bull, don't fear consolidation. It has to happen in uptrends if we're going to see, follow through. So again, where does my stop go if I'm trading just on the daily chart? I've got nothing except for 38,000. So give me another level. Give me a pullback. That's where we'll scout the hourly back burner, which we talked about last episode, and we can talk about that a lot more. But that's where we scout the hourly back burner to try and set the daily higher low and just give me a new support level to play off of. Because the more we run up from here straight through the 40s, the more I'm personally taking profit. And, I've got long-term no-touch positions that I'm going to be holding for years and years and years, but I've also got swing trading positions that I sell into euphoria. I'm trained as a full-time trader to sell positions into euphoria. I'll do it every time. Every time people tell me I'm an idiot, every time I'm able to buy back lower. So that's just me as a trader and my mindset, but I highly suggest breaking up your positions. If you're just long-term no-touch, that's great. But if you have enough capital that you can do a little bit of both, separate that mindset because a lot of people fear taking profit. What if it keeps going up without me? Well, I sold a little 42,000, a little more 44,000, and I'm down to a third of my swing position. And, if it keeps going up without me, I'll still benefit. My long-term no-touch position will keep my net worth going up, but that helps me to be able to take profit into euphoria when everybody's talking about the moon.
Yeah, everyone's always worried about leaving profits on the table with a run up, but if that's what you think, then you're never gonna, realize any profits. Period. One of the biggest gainers of the day, Dan, is HNT Helium token. Recent migration over to Solana. That thing is up 45% on the day. What does that chart look like?
So yeah, big time breakout on the daily. Huge volume behind it, and just find anything that's close to blue sky breakout. I don't know. I have to check, multiple exchanges to see if we are actually a blue sky breakout, but no, we're not. So only on Coinbase, but it's obviously seeing a huge move up. And now I go to zoom in because again, where's my support to play off of here? It's nothing nearby. I have to zoom in to find it. And so here I find it and say, all right, we're defending 419, literally a double bottom by a couple pennies. That's the level bulls are playing off of. So now I have a level. If this level holds, we're just fine. We're keeping our gains from this move up. If that level is lost, it then starts to look a little bit more like a pump and dump, giving back too much of that move. So that's a key level. And again, just risk reward. If I want to make an entry on the daily chart with nothing nearby, I've got no stop. But here, if I make an entry at 4 and I put my stop under 380, I know I'm risking 20 cents. My reward potentially is greater than that. But that's what the name of the game in trading is all about. Find levels nearby that you can play off of to eliminate your risk, or to limit your risk, and to know when you're wrong. We want, as traders, we want to know when we're wrong as soon as possible, and then be able to admit, I'm wrong, and stop out and reassess the situation. So why did we hold 382? I gave the wrong number. It's 382. Why did we hold 382 the second time? Because bulls saw it hold the first time and said, I'm going to buy right above that level. And they bought enough that it offset the selling pressure, and we bounced right off of it. So identify those support levels and play off of them, and use them as your control guide. Bulls have control if 382 is support.
Awesome. I love how you break everything down to where it's like, every trend and candle represents the psychology of a trader and how they're, and how they act as far as price action. Is there any other charts, Dan, before we let you go, that, you're kind of keeping an eye on, that kind of caught your attention?
Let's just talk about back burners again real quick. So on the last show, you talked about, if I want an entry in coin, where am I looking? And I said, keep an eye out for first hourly oversold conditions. And so last Thursday, we dropped down into daily consolidation. We hit first hourly oversold conditions, and then we rocket up another 20, 30% higher. Another example, ORDI is a coin that's been in beast mode, blue sky breakout. Look at this move. What is we're up hundreds of percent in a few days. ORDI. I don't know anything about it, but we've got traders. Okay, gotcha. Traders have been all over it in our chat room. And anyways, we top out. We pull back 30+%. Where do we bottom? First hourly oversold conditions, shoot up 70%. Again, obviously these are best case examples, but I developed this observation of these back burner bounces in 2017. And when you're in blue sky breakout, there is nothing better for making entries after you miss the move and entering on consolidation. And you can just find example after example after example. Eventually they stop working. But when times are good and euphoria is running around, look for the back burners and make sure you watch the video, because there's some nuances. It's not just buying oversold conditions, but it's definitely the trade to be looking for in these kinds of markets.
And that is an excellent video, by the way. We pinned it in the chat last week. I think I'm gonna do the same this week. Dan, we truly enjoy having you on here. We love your style. We love your insight. If you guys want more Chart Guys and Dan, we did pin the YouTube channel in the chat. Make sure to go subscribe. Dan, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have you on, my friend. And we look forward to bringing you on again next week.
Thanks for having me. See you then.
Take care.
All right, thank you.
Guys, I would really go watch that back burner video. It's very, very good, right? It's simple, simple to understand. You don't have to be some master Garrett Soloway trader to be able to make money with it. And this is some great stuff. And this is why we bring different people on the show, so you guys can take a little bit from each trader and use it to make money for yourselves and for your families. Rob, you want to give some love to the chat before?
Yeah, we got John Legend, Hans Milford, Mo Dubs, Cheap Like Your Mom's Crypto, Beep Boop, and to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Beep Boop?
Yeah, Beep Boop. And we also are slacking and lacking on the likes. We just actually crossed 50% like ratio, but we got 70 likes and over 150 viewers. So do us a favor, hit the like button.
And Robin,
and then I also asked in the chat, to all of you, what is your end of the year Ethereum price predictions? I'm curious. We got a couple.
48,000.
Yeah, I saw. We had two answers there. We had Rusty Bot put 48,000, and Jimmy said 2.8, and IMJ said 3K. And so let us know. We want to kind of have a little discussion during the show, so we want to know where you guys land. Also, big shout out to Destroyer, who's texting me through the phone. You can also use the chat, Destroyer. Thank you.
Yeah,
Robin, shout out to you, though.
Robin takes 7-8 business days to return your phone call. We do have this visual representation of, when the prices are moving, well, nothing else really matters. Hi. You, Adler? It's me. 43K.
That's how David greets me every morning when I walk into the studio.
Wait, did you? 43K? No way, that's you. Here comes the girlfriend. Nope. Don't break eye contact, guys. Keep watching the charts. And oh my God, it's been so long. I miss you. All right. We have an updated version of the spot ETF price table. Compliments of James Seyfert, the Bloomberg analyst here, focused on ETF. So Grayscale is the leader here, right? The next SEC deadline had already passed, and the final one is unknown because of obviously the court case. But again, the big one everyone is watching is going to be this January 10th, which is the final deadline for ARK, with the deadline 5 days later for BlackRock. So a lot of people are saying, of course, the SEC can, if they really wanted to, leapfrog ARK and give it to BlackRock, but that would be essentially career suicide for someone like Gary Gensler, who's already under a lot of fire from Congress and politicians. So we don't see that happening. Neither do the experts. We see they're all get lumped into one, and it's a free-for-all. So here you go. Your product can be out there. Go and get the customers. And what that's going to do is going to drive the price of the ETF down. We know Grayscale is charging about 2% per year for their GBTC. BlackRock came out and started talking about a 0.65% for their spot ETF. So it remains to be seen, but obviously we talk about this all the time. Competition is great. It's the people who benefit the most are going to be the consumers, are going to be the people that are buying these ETFs.
The 15th is the big day. January 15th, BlackRock.
I would say the 10th is the big day.
You do have the 10th with ARK.
Because that is the final deadline, right? The final for BlackRock isn't until March, right?
Yeah.
So if Gary Gensler says no, to ARK, there's got to be a damn good reason, because we're getting update after update of people updating their forms with the SEC, their S1 forms for the ETF. There's a reason they're doing that.
I don't, like we need like flames on this chart right here, man. I just can't understate how important these dates are going to be. If you're looking for price movement, okay, let's just say, for example, that January 10th, that gets approved, right? You're going to have some rumors, I would say a few days before it going live, because they're not going to approve it that day and trade the next day. So there's going to be, if we look at the Bitcoin futures approval, we got the ticker approved for the futures trading about 3 or 4 days. I think it was like on Friday, and then it was going to go live on Monday. And so you're about a month away from this massive rally on the euphoria for this news. And that's just the pregame, right? So it's coming, man. It's coming. If this was Game of Thrones, we'd say winter's coming, or this is going to be like...
Well, actually, it is going to be in winter. And winter is coming. Well, winter's here. But you know who else is here? It's Miss Team Crypto. Let's bring her in. Randy.
David, Rob, hola. How are you?
What's up? How you doing?
I am doing good. I'm happy to be here. I'm enjoying Bitcoin over 40K. Let's get it.
You know what? I meant to not ask you how you're doing. How's your portfolio doing? Is it looking good?
I mean, I would. Yeah, I did for Rob. Yeah, everything's looking good. I'm happy. Of course, I don't have as much as I want, but that's like a whole other story. Everyone feels that way. But I'm grateful that I'm as early as I am, and that I got to accumulate what I did, because I think everybody in this stream has more crypto than 99% of the world. So we're doing great.
Amen to that. You know who's not doing great, Randy, is Elizabeth Warren and Jamie Dimon. I'm sure you saw the clip. We do have the more context surrounding. So here we go. Senate Banking Committee brought in the 5 CEOs of the top 5 banks: JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, I believe Citibank was there. And well, of course, leave it to Elizabeth Warren to bring up crypto when it wasn't even the topic of conversation. And well, here we go.
Today's terrorists have a new way to get around the Bank Secrecy Act: cryptocurrency. Last year, an estimated $20 billion in illicit crypto transactions funded every kind of dangerous criminal. North Korea has funded at least half its missile program, including nuclear weapons, using the proceeds of crypto crime. And Israeli officials have confirmed that Hamas received millions of dollars through crypto transactions, including, quote, large sums from Iran. Mr. Diamond, you've been CEO of JP Morgan for almost 2 decades. Can you explain why crypto is such an attractive financial tool for terrorists, drug traffickers, and rogue nations?
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, et cetera. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, and that is a use case. Because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously, and because it doesn't go through, as you mentioned, all these systems have built up over many years, know your customers, sanctions, OFAC, they can get bypass all of that. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
Okay, well, that's what we're going to talk about. Because last week, federal law enforcement asked Congress to update the banking laws, saying, quote, we cannot rely on statutory definitions that are decades old to address the illicit finance risks that we face in 2023. And these law enforcement officials specifically called out the use of crypto to finance terrorist attacks. Now, the laws clearly need to be updated, but crypto lobbyists are working overtime to block any legislation. They claim crypto is special and it shouldn't have to comply with the Bank Secrecy Act, even if that means letting terrorists and drug traffickers and ransomware criminals and rogue nations move billions of dollars totally unrestricted. So I'd like to go down the line here. Maybe I can start with you, Mr. Shar. Do you think that crypto companies facilitating financial transactions should have to follow the same anti-money laundering rules that your bank has to follow?
Absolutely, Senator.
Okay, I like absolutely.
They're all going to be the same answer. We'll start with you first, Mandy. No specific question. What are your thoughts?
I think it's completely laughable. You know what? You got to think of Jamie Dimon and how much of a clown this man is. We could talk about, the lawsuits that JP Morgan has been facing and the illicit activity they're accused of, right? We won't go that deep because it's very gruesome. And he got away with that. You then look at his history with Bitcoin. Some say he owns it. And he's been offering Bitcoin and crypto access to his clients that ask about it for years. So if he really didn't like crypto, then why is he giving his clients access to it? And then you have JPM coin, which brings him to, oh yeah, blockchain is cool, but crypto is not. Let's shut it down. It's a pet rock. Come on, Jamie. Bitcoin is the best performing asset from the last 14 years, better than gold, better than the dollar. And you know what? We don't need your permission for it. And I love that he said, if I was the government, I would shut it down. That's like saying, I want to shut down the internet. Good shot I have, right? It's not going to happen. And that's what I think needs to be corrected, is that these people are just allowed to talk and say whatever they want without any accountability or fact check. And that goes for Jamie Dimon. That goes for Elizabeth Warren with her illicit financing. That isn't true, because less than 1% of crypto's activity is for illicit financing. How do we know that? Transparency. Compared for Cash's 4% and all the bankers participating in whatever activities they feel fit, because they know they might just have to pay a fine and get away with it. That's my rant. I could go on forever.
Randy, you said, I don't like crypto, but blockchain is cool. It's like saying, I really like combustible engine cars, but gasoline is terrible. I stand against gasoline, but I need to drive my Ford Mustang. Robin, what do you think?
The conversations are pointless, right? You can't ban it. We've seen China try to do so. You can make it illegal to own it. You can't ban it because it's a protocol on the internet. And so whether or not it's embraced that's really all it is. It's like, do you actively support it, or do you just turn a blind eye? Because you can't turn off the internet. You can't stop people from buying it. You can't stop retail from investing in it. It's an open market. It's decentralized. There's if you have connection to the internet, you can buy it. That's it. It's very simple. And these conversations, I think that these pop up when we're in the euphoric stage, right? We saw a lot of pushback and a lot of narrative of how evil crypto is during the 2022 run up or 2021 run up, and there was no shortage of people butting in on all the negative aspects, or at least what they deemed as negative, going into the Bitcoin narrative. Now, just the thing that they're arguing about is that foreign nations and anti-money laundering, they're circumventing anti-money laundering. Basically, it's a private money system that circumvents the controls of the government. And so, sure, terrorists
Cash
are going to
does the same thing, right?
Yeah, cash does too. But I mean, the reality of it is that not everybody wants to use the U.S. based dollar system that's continuously inflating and debasing the currency and full of controls and can be sanctioned and seized and if you don't want to play in that playground, then you're going to circumvent the controls that are in that system, and so it comes with the territory, right?
You know, it's intriguing to me is, you know, if we were 6 months ago, 12 months ago, someone like that said that, you know, Bitcoin's price would probably, you know, maybe not tank, but it would take a little bit of a hit. And we're just saying, as I did during the video, middle finger to you, people like Jerry Diamond, Jamie Dimon. You know, it's funny that what you mentioned, Randy, is what they're offering to their clients. They have their own blockchain, the JPM coin. Their buddies over at BlackRock, they're launching a spot ETF. But, you know, it's going to make them money, so I guess they'll won't try to shut it down. But it's just funny. I do believe it's less and less people who are saying things like Elizabeth Warren is saying, but I feel like her and Gary Gensler are like the final bosses, right? Once you get rid of them, Elizabeth Warren loses her race in Massachusetts. Gary Gensler gets fired or steps down or leaves the administration, and it's clear skies ahead.
It's going to be very interesting to watch that in the next election, 2024. Elizabeth Warren's seat is up. And if she does not get reelected, we know that she's taking a hardline stance against crypto. She has been reelected, I don't know how many times, but I think she first took office back in the 90s. Or maybe I saw a video of her. It looked like it was from the 80s. She was talking about like credit cards and when before anybody even knew what a credit report was. But anyway, she's been holding office for quite some time. If she all of a sudden lost her seat,
that would speak. That would be massive for crypto, right? Sends a message.
I mean, what about the money she's made? She makes 190 something K a year, but somehow has over a $70 million net worth. Like all this doesn't make sense. So it's just like, how is that right?
Well, obviously she invested in like FTT token. Duh. She just took profits at the right time, bad. You know? Anyways, I did put this.
She's been serving since 2013. But
as a senator, she might have been.
As a senator, yeah. But she's been public policy since 1995. So
it's time to go, Miss Warren. We need someone better.
I wonder if they've ever done a Bitcoin transaction.
Probably not. You know, she's probably getting
exactly.
Paid off. Her and Gary, when they have their tea at night, they're like, "Hey, how come we crap on the crypto markets again?" Now, I did post this tweet yesterday. Biggest upside: Avalanche, Solana, or Near. Said, make your case, and I will share a couple on tomorrow's live show and give your Twitter page a shout out. MTC, what is the biggest upside to you? And of course, the easy answer is here to have exposure to all three. But if you had to pick one, biggest upside going into the next bull market, right? An alternative layer one to Ethereum. Which one are you going with?
I wouldn't do Solana because I don't know if it's sustainable. It's gone down 5,000 million times. The devs need to fix it. That should never happen. So immediately I eliminate that. I would probably have to go Avalanche.
Really?
I don't know about, like, I don't talk about price. I talk about like what technology I think might go farther. And Solana has way too many issues. It's gone down way too many times that if I have something that's significant on that blockchain, like a real estate deed or a gaming asset worth gosh knows how much money, and when I need it the most, the blockchain isn't there for me, that's never a risk I want to take. It might be more feasible than Ethereum, but is it safer? Is it going to be something that's long standing, is going to stay stable? That I need to see for a really long time.
Okay, what about you, Robin?
I'm actually gonna do the exact opposite. I would say I like Solana the most out of this as far as biggest upside. They do have the outages, but with smart contracts comes complexity, especially at the speed that Solana has, one of the fastest blockchains out there. But the biggest upside for me is the venture capital interest, the amount of supporters they have from just from the industry outside of the crypto ecosystem. You have a lot of hedge funds and a lot of big money that is supporting Solana. And if you got the big money behind you, you can get the big deals. And not to mention, there's a ton of growth, a ton of dApps, a ton of use case and utility on Solana. The downtime is a concern. The Fire Dancer upgrade supposedly addressed those issues
live on the test net.
So that's to be seen. I do think it is risky. All three of these are risky in my opinion, but I think the biggest question mark would be Solana's uptime. But with complex technology, you do run into problems. I know crypto is supposed to be in a different box, but it is new technology. And as you can see with computers and data centers and the internet, there's always downtime. Everybody has had downtime on some website they try to log into or some app they try to use. It is natural. You don't want downtime when it comes to finance, because then you freak out because you can't get your money. But it is part of the game. Will it be fixed? I don't know. But yeah, I would go Solana on this.
Okay. A couple of we had a few good ones in here. So the first one I want to highlight is Richard Berry. Gave a pretty detailed one. Said my answer is Solana and then gave a reason why. So guys, I'm not going to read what that handle is. But there you go. If you want to follow him, go ahead and follow him. Also, while we're doing this chat, what do you think? 1, 2, or 3, right? And it's Avalanche, Solana, or Near. Which one, in your opinion, has the biggest upside going into the next bull market? The other one I wanted to highlight was Barry Merritt. AVAX had an all-time high of 144 in 2021 and still has a large market cap. It is basically the same project with few issues. Has a lot of strengths, such as the C-Chain Layer 2 on Ethereum with wrapped tokens. The fees are low versus Ethereum. And Avalanche is one of the fastest when it comes to finality, right? Time to finality, TTM. They are one of the fastest. The Evergreen subnets, the Evergreen blockchain, the ability for different companies and institutions to tailor make essentially a blockchain for themselves in whatever jurisdiction they're in to be able to do that. That is bullish. And of course, a big thing with Avalanche too is their gaming ecosystem is starting to explode as well. For me, it's either between Avalanche or Near as far as biggest upside. Do think Solana is going to perform great as well. But speaking just upside, it's a toss-up. Gun to my head, I'm going Near Protocol. I think with what they're doing with the programming language, the integration with Polygon and the WASM, fast, they run a DAG protocol. So a lot of exciting things happening on Near. For me, upside, something that I feel like their run got cut short last cycle. It got to that $21 range. It pumped for maybe a couple months, and then bam, everything came crashing down. Who knows how far that thing could have ran? Could have run at 50, 60, 70 bucks. I do definitely think that's possible. All right, and then let's talk about this. Coinbase adds message-based crypto payments to its decentralized wallet. The source from CoinDesk. Coinbase has updated its DeFi wallet, adding a low-cost way for users to instantly send money to each other through messaging apps as it seeks to broaden the adoption of crypto by adding features that seem to emulate payment giant PayPal. The new features let customers send links to other Coinbase wallet owners in over 170 countries through apps like iMessage, WhatsApp, Telegram, and social media platforms. such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, or just simply email, allowing them to send or receive funds. I got one more thing highlighted. No, I don't. And then we have this little hype video here from Coinbase. Let's watch it. I'll start with you first, Robin. Is this overhyped or is this like big news?
Man, this is the Trojan horse of success for
the Trojan horse,
and not just this wallet, but let's keep in mind what Coinbase is doing, right? And so at the last bull market, you had Coinbase offering what? Spot trading. I mean, spot buying, right? That was pretty much it. Now you got derivatives, you got their coin chain. Oh, what's it called?
Base.
Yeah.
Base.
Yeah. So you got Base, and then you have the wallet. They are, and the thing is they didn't come out with their own token, right? So they're offering this almost out of the goodness of their heart, right? And it's very similar to other free technologies, quote unquote. So you look at Facebook, Instagram, you look at all these, TikTok, they're free to use, right? And in the past, you've had subscription-based services when it came to the early days of the internet. So if you wanted to communicate with people, you had to pay some subscription. And then that just basically that disappeared because, hey, I can just use MySpace or, Facebook. This is all free. Why would I pay for a communication app? Why would I pay international? It used to be that you had to pay international per minute to call from one state to another, right? If somebody
That's
lived,
crazy.
if somebody lived in California and I lived in Las Vegas and I wanted to give them a call, it was charged by the minute. And then all of a sudden, cell phones came out and it was free, so there was no point in paying that.
Damn,
fee.
bro, how old are you?
I'm 40 now, man.
This is a long time ago.
But anyways,
It's like the cell data too, though. They did the same thing. Remember, like 4 gigs a month you could use for your data to
Yeah.
go on Instagram.
Call
and
after
stuff,
7
and then
is
now
free.
it's
Remember
unlimited.
Sprint?
Oh my gosh.
Call after 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Those are free.
So what ended up happening was the product was free. And so don't dismiss the power of free. Why would you would spend $20 on an Amazon product for free shipping, but you won't spend $15 for the same product and pay $5 shipping and handling. Even though it's the same price, but just the notion of free just blows your mind. So what they're doing
Zelle is free.
They have Zelle is also controlled. Anyways, point I'm making. Free chain base, free crypto wallet, and you can send Ethereum based token, USDC. You can send that for free.
Robin, I believe, I could be wrong. I believe it's Solana based USD.
Is it Solana?
I believe so. I would have to double check though.
Okay. Well, either way, you can send money. You can onboard to Coinbase, and then you can send it out to another exchange, to a DeFi app without any fees. And we already know what is one of the biggest concerns when you're trying to play in DeFi. It's all the little transaction fees in between point A to point C or D, right? You're going from you're onboarding onto Coinbase or say an exchange, then you're paying the gas fees to get it off, and then you're swapping it, and then you're sending it back. You can remove all of those friction points by simply using their own DeFi chain, using their own wallet, and then just transacting in a fee-free way. And I think that is going to be huge. Why else did Coinbase offer zero trading on Bitcoin? Remember that? Yeah. Because you cut the fee there, you bring in the users, and then you make money on all of the other products. And what they're doing here is, hey, don't go use other chains to randomly move money out of our exchange. Use our own product. Stay here in our own ecosystem. Make money on the back end.
Well, go ahead, Randy.
I do see. So I looked it up. I remember I was reading it this morning. I didn't remember seeing anything about Solana USDC. So it says on like the actual Coinbase press release on their website, with Coinbase Wallet, you can receive money from any crypto exchange or self-custody wallet, buy USDC without Coinbase fees anywhere Coinbase Pay is available, and send it globally with no fees on networks like ARB, AVAX, Base, Optimism, and Polygon, and then including fee-free USDC through their messaging. So it doesn't say Solana USDC, but it lists those.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you so much for clarifying.
And then iMessage too. Okay, you were so bullish.
This is so
You were so bullish on Elon Musk offering a payment integrated service into Twitter, right? You were like, this would be the holy grail of remittance and sending money. If you could send money with X, it would,
because you're sending money from people on X to people on
iMessage,
X.
bro. I mean, what else?
It's a link.
WhatsApp.
It's a freaking link that you say, hey, click this. You click the link. You have to download the wallet. You have to have a Coinbase account. You have to link it to your bank account. It's not that revolutionary. Is it great for Coinbase to expand their products? Absolutely. Still, if I send my mom that and she gets a thing, what is this? Oh, it's the $250, mom, that you needed for your plane ticket. Oh, okay. What do I have to do? Oh, you got to download the wallet.
Link.
You got to open up a Coinbase account. Then you got to link it to your bank account. She's going to be like, yeah.
And if you also send her a review to a restaurant from Yelp and she doesn't have it downloaded, it automatically prompts her to download the damn app. And so she clicks the link, she downloads the base, boom, done. Simple. Why are you overcomplicating?
Randy, I feel like whenever
You
you're on the
also got
show,
to
we
make
always
sure you
fight.
get the link.
I feel like when
Yeah,
you're on
and
the
that's
show,
why I'm here to be the referee, because it does matter like
You are in
who
the
sends you
middle.
the link though. Like I'm very sus of the links. I don't like the fact that it's a link. I want like a direct, some sort of bubble or integration into things like social media and iMessage. You look on iMessage now, you want to send money to somebody, you could use, I think it's Apple Pay or
Apple
Apple
Pay.
Cash, whatever it is, right there, like on your little bar thing here. So yeah, Apple Cash right
Yep.
there. So you could send people money right now through the integration. So I think that's what we need besides links, because that can get
Amen.
very shady very quick. And then if someone's trying to SIM swap you, do something shady, gosh knows what. So I don't really like the
Goes-
link. I think it's good to add something to the platform, but it's like, where is the money in the meantime? Can there be glitches? I don't know. I'd
Randy,
rather wait on this one.
Those are really good points. And again, is this great for Coinbase? Absolutely. Does it? If I'm looking at a DeFi wallet to use, Trust Wallet, a MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, cool. This has a new functionality. I can send Randy money or whatever. Sure, great. Yes, it gives that edge. But for the average person, it's not a big deal. No one's going to be like, oh my God, I can send it. When I can send it to Zelle, I get it. It's cross-border, but you can do that other ways as well. I just think people are lazy, right? People don't know.
Yes.
They're not comfortable with what they don't know. So if I send money to someone, they have no idea what the hell crypto is or USDC is. I'm like, hey, look, we ain't got to pay a fee to send you this money, but you got to do A, B, C, D, connect it to this. Don't click on this link.
Okay.
Make sure to watch
So
out.
what is an easier option in crypto? I'm just curious. For your mom wants to use it. I'm just saying that without Coinbase. Now, let's just say she wants to receive the money you're sending. So give me a simpler option. I'm just curious, what is the simpler option for your mother to take cash?
Leave my mother out.
No, I'm curious. For your mom to receive cash and withdraw it and put it into a bank account, what would be an easier step-by-step?
Zelle.
Crypto.
Crypto? I wouldn't do it because she's not.
Okay,
crypto.
but I'm just saying, if it's her first time, she has got sanctioned for some reason. I'm just saying that, like, you want to send her crypto.
Damn it, Mom.
She says, "Send me crypto for Christmas." How would you do it? Because I'm gonna tell you how I would do it with my mom. I say, "Mom, can you open up a Coinbase account? I'm gonna send you this money, and you're gonna get a link. Just click it, download the app. Thank you. Boom.
If
Sent."
she's sanctioned, she can't get on there.
That's a good point, Randy. That's a good point. I know what you're saying, Robin.
Poor
and
Mama David.
I agree with you. Normally it would have been, hey, Randy, I'm going to send you $100 in Bitcoin. Give me your Bitcoin address. I pay the fee and it goes there. Like, I totally get it. Easier way would be, hey, I don't have to pay a fee. You don't got to get money deducted on your side.
You didn't even answer my question.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying, but crypto to crypto, yes.
You agreed.
But when I think of something revolutionary, right? Something that's going to break the barrier to entry, it's bringing those people that are not in crypto.
It is revolutionary because it's the simplest way for somebody that has no exposure to crypto to get their first exposure to crypto by somebody that is trying to send them money.
Go ahead, Randy.
You know, there could be something like, you know, you send crypto to somebody, they could get a link or a little notification on their phone from something like Apple Pay, right? You get a notification, then you click on it. There are wallets that you could just open and download without having to write your recovery phrases down. Then later you could go in the wallet and it'll have like a little notification saying, hey, you want to back this up, and explain what it is. So I think if Coinbase wanted to really take that step and make it really, really easy, send the link, but make it accessible to where people open an app and it's like, oh, it's right there. Okay, now how do I withdraw it? Or where can I send this to? Where can I pay for things with it? That's what they need to do. Integrate with merchants. So that way, if someone does send you crypto, oh yeah, I could just go spend it right here. No problem. That's what needs to happen. That's the simplicity. It's not what they're doing now. It's a step in the right direction, I'd say, but it's not completely there.
Those are some great points, Randy. And, you know, you kind of can with the Coinbase card, right? With the DeFi, and a great example.
You gotta have the account first.
Right. A great example of what you said is the Vesper wallet on Cardano, right? We're at the NFT XLV convention. Like, hey, download this wallet. I downloaded it. Didn't prompt me 20 different things. Write this down. But it did show me a thing. If you want to back this wallet up, here's how you do it. Because if you don't plan on keeping money on that wallet, some people might say, hey, I don't need to write a seed phrase down because whatever money comes in is going right back out or being spent or being used. So a good conversation, guys. If you like the conversation, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Sin City Crypto. Also, go over after the show and subscribe to Miss Teen Crypto. We do have it in the chat. Rocco's going to throw it in the chat. I will go ahead and pin it in the chat so you guys can go check it out. MTC, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time, your knowledge. Any parting words to our community before we let you go?
Of course. Hopefully next time we can open the club, we can rave together. You know what I mean? But if I had any parting words, it's to not chase these green candles. Green is great and let's enjoy the green, but also have that bullish and a bearish case scenario. Always make sure you're going back to the fundamentals. You don't get caught up, oh my God, if I stick my crypto here, or if I just trade with 10x leverage here. Get your crypto off of the exchange. If you really want to trade it, send it back to the exchange. Just make sure that you're taking self-custody, you're being your own bank, and you're going back to the fundamentals of this space, which is a financial revolution. If you guys want to tune into my podcast, I'm live every morning, 9:45 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, everywhere that you're at, I'm streaming. Also, all my handles are at Miss Teen Crypto, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, all of that good stuff. So make sure you guys follow me and smash the like on this video because next time I want to open this club.
Girl, we gonna open the club for your birthdays. Isn't your birthday coming up soon?
February 16th, I'm turning 21.
We promise, if you're on the show that day, we will open up the club. I don't care if we have 5 viewers. All right? You know, it's too late for that. I had a joke in my head when you say don't go chasing green candles. I was gonna sing the don't go chase. But anyways,
chasing waterfalls.
Yeah.
I had it in my head too. I was so
Randy,
close, dude. I was so close.
I appreciate it because I would have been made fun of to death by these guys in the studio. So I'm happy we have you
I'm
here.
still gonna make fun of you.
Anyways,
I'll sing with you.
I appreciate it. Maybe next time. I got a little sore throat here. Randy, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys. Go subscribe to Miss Teen Crypto on YouTube. Until next time, my friend, take care.
Big shout out
Later.
to Retro Mike, $10 super chat. He said, "Who's that lady?"
Who's that lady?
Also, we got Jerome Powell up in here. Robert
What's up,
Reed,
JP? When you cutting rates, doc?
Rag Vendra, Kara Strong, and Verderi. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City.
We want to give a shout out to our channel sponsor, Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you want to learn how they can help your business scale and grow in networking, IT, and cybersecurity, visit bluewiretech.com. Also, guys, go follow us on Twitter. If you're watching us on Rumble, Twitch, or Twitter, make sure to drop a like, say hello. We are keeping an eye on those chats as well. We are expanding to different platforms. We're expanding our reach. Soon you're going to see us everywhere. And before we go, guys, I do want to give you a glimpse of the video we posted yesterday. If you're into gaming or you know someone into gaming, you're going to want to send them this video. We put it out. Members had a early access to this for about 2 hours. And so, do with that information as you please. But here's a little intro. With blockchain gaming garnering about 4% of that. That is why in today's video, we're going to talk about our 3 favorite gaming projects and tokens that we expect to garner a lot of the money moving into the next bull market. The first being Illuvium, followed by Big Time, and ending with Star Atlas. And man, we have a lot of information to share with you. My name is David. You are the Sin City community. And go watch this video. Share it with your friends.
And also a big shout out to the production team today.
Yeah.
We got the homies back here.
Damn.
Ashton
That's a
was
1-2
there.
punch.
Rocco on the ones and twos.
Just don't punch each other, though. It's bad news. Also, big shout out to Lee dropping a $10 talking about Christmas. I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite. Anyways, guys, with that being said, Rocco. Or Ashley Rocco. Rock Ashley. Ashiko. I don't know. Just do the intro. Do the outro.
Can you do a normal exit?
I am not normal if you have not figured that out.
Always make
I put entire life savings into crypto. That is not normal. Guys, we love you. Come back tomorrow. Matt all of us here. We love you. So you love peace.
Sin City Crypto. Everybody know what we here for. Entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger turns